Hey, it's Chris of Red Skies Mourning. I am the solo artist, singer in Red Skies Mourning, and this is kind of like a year in review, 2021. You know, if you haven't heard my stuff, check it out on all the streaming platforms. It was more of like, the first four I did was more grunge sound. I released some of those in 2020 and some of those in 2021, and then I wanted to kind of, you know, redo my sound. And I released Reflection, working with a guy, Ryan Curtis, good friend now. He helped do the melody for the chorus, and then linked me up with his friend Caesar, and then we started writing some things. We've got about 7 songs we're working on right now. Since it's 2021, it's ending 2021, we completed about 5 songs. 5 songs. Yeah, the 5th one is mixed right now. It's going into mix. Jeff's mixing it. And I released Paralyzed first. And Paralyzed was the 3rd song we worked on, but I released it first just because it was October, and I kind of wanted to get something out there of like the new sound, and you know, maybe people can check it out to see if I'm on the right path for Red Skies Mourning. So the basis of Paralyzed, and I'm going to have the backgrounds instrumental kind of playing what I talk. So the basis of Paralyzed was when I had sleep paralysis during REM when I was a kid. You know, for me, you know, if you don't know what sleep paralysis is, it's literally like you're the first minute or whatever of going to sleep, and then you suddenly wake up, but your body is still paralyzed. So you're mixed in between reality and then what your mind is kind of making up. You know, for me, I was sleeping in my bed, I wake up, and it seems like there's a demon or something coming up, and I'm stressed out, but I can't move. Like I can't move my limbs, my arms, legs, nothing. I can't scream, and it's just like sheer terror for about, I don't know, 30 seconds or something like that. But the basis of the song, right? Sleep paralysis. So I told Caesar, I said, hey, for the instrumental, let's look at blending Castlevania meets Hans Zimmer, Pirates of the Caribbean. And the cool thing about Caesar is, you know, he could pretty much do his own thing, and he's got a great sense of just beats, sounds, tones, you name it. So I just said, yeah, just add some organs in, like, you know, just do your thing, pretty much. So we did his thing, and it sounded really good. And then Ryan did the melody. And then for me, it's, you know, lyrics and stuff. And it's like, you know, earlier I just gave you kind of a vision of like what happened during sleep paralysis. But for me, I wanted to add some more lyrical color. So what I did was that I went to the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum in West Virginia, and I did a tour there. And I got a lot of pictures. You can go on my Instagram, my personal Instagram, and check it out. It was just really interesting. It was really cool. So yeah, that was Paralyzed, and it came out interesting. It was good. I liked it. And then the next song we released was Deep Moonlight. And then for Deep Moonlight, we released that in December. So the basis of that was, hey, let's do The Legend of Zelda meets Post Malone The Weeknd. And this is before, you know, I pitched this idea to Caesar, and this is before they released their collab song, which sounds really good. I love the vibe of that song, and it actually makes sense that they would do a collab. But anyway, so Legend of Zelda meets Post Malone The Weeknd, and he did a great job on that. Caesar did, Ryan did with the melody. I wrote all the lyrics and I sang it. I think my only challenge there, remember this is just a year in review, is that, you know, when I released it, and I released it to blogs and everything, you know, you can get some pretty hard criticism from people. And, you know, everybody has their different taste. You know, some people like it, some people don't like it. You know, I released it to indie blogs, alternative, and all that other stuff. Some people are like, hey, this is sounding too pop. This is sounding too commercial. You know, this isn't rock or not rock enough. Not much pop. But the problem with that song is, or not the problem, but we blended a lot of genres in there. So if someone's not eclectic enough or anything like that, and they want to stick with just this one genre, I mean, to each their own at the end of the day. But from Deep Moonlight, I thought it came out really well. But for me, because I sang in a hardcore punk band, for a little over 10 years, and I did cover bands, rock, stuff like that. So me approaching pop, it's kind of like, oh, how do I do that? How do I approach pop? You know, how can I deliver this, you know, make it sound as good as I can? And you know, I went to LA and talked to Caesar and Ryan about it. I'm like, man, I think maybe I should re-record Deep Moonlight before we release it. And they're like, nope, don't do that. A lot of artists like to overthink things, and hell yeah, man, I overthink things all the time. But I say, yeah, you know, you're right. You're right. I'm not gonna re-record it. Let's move on. You know, I'll progress. I'll get better, you know, as I go and start to blend things here and there. So, Deep Moonlight, that was technically the second song we recorded together. The third song was Paralyzed, but I released Paralyzed first, Deep Moonlight second. Lost Without You was the very, very first song that myself, Ryan, and Caesar worked on, and I'm releasing that January 8th. And I've got some things up there if y'all want to check it out. Let me know what you think about it. I've got about 3 or 4 more songs that are already done that I'm going to start releasing. Currently now I'm working on song 6, which is based on Mario. And then song 7, we'll call it like Deep Moonlight Part 2, but that's going to be more of like Sonic. Actually, the funny thing about the Mario song is, you know, when Caesar bounced the beat, he named the title track Saving Peach. I was like, oh, that's interesting. It was so interesting I want to write about it. But, and maybe I'll write about something else instead, I don't know. But anyways, I want to wish everybody a Happy New Year from, you know, me, Chris, Red Skies Mourning, and you know, check out my new stuff. Let me know what you all think about it. You know, stay positive and have a good 2022. Thanks a lot.